Because he's our first lecturer, please cheer dear Mr. Reza ghiabi for him to come and talk about yesterday, today, and the future of startup ecosystem in Iran. Hello, I hope you're well. I'm very happy to be here and have this opportunity to be with you in a text events, which I'm honored to participate in it for 8 years, does have a very important trait. It's a kind of a meeting for us all to come together and think about situations which are important for us. Well, the subjects for Innotex stages are always startups and innovation technology and that which we know as eco environment of a startup. I was simply by chance honored to be with you from year 89 Hijri. And guys, when we talk about an ecosystem, we mean the agents, different agents who act together to make something important happen. The startup ecosystem does not only comprise of uh, knowledge-based enterprises or innovative enterprises or even internet-based enterprises. They are only one of the groups that are active in these ecosystems. For instance, mentors are one of the active groups. Investment funds are another. Those who worked on the structure and fundamentals are another. Around 10 to 12 agents come together and make what we know as a startup ecosystem. And as you know, this economy was really small in Iran, ranging from the year 89 Shamsi, on which it only took up 1% of the digital economy, till now, which it takes up around 8% of Iran's GDP. And obviously, it's one of the fastest growing economies in Iran. Uh, at year 89 Shamsi, it wasn't only because of the economic reasons that this system rose. Also, societal values helped it grow. At that time, around 67% of our society was aged below 35. Around the year 89, 90, 67% of our population was below 35, and Iran was populated around 18 million uh, people. And well, Iranians are well educated, and I remember we were ranked fourth in engineering. Some may say, so what? But as the number of engineers grow, even in digital engineering, digital economics, it really affects us. So when we have the fourth rank in engineering in the world, it's a really large number. 5 million people were studying on universities, 2.5 million people were women. And that became quite interesting when it came to professional positions. Apart from that, foreign currencies were searing that time more than today. So a lot of people decided to set up their own startup. That, along with Iran's infrastructural improvements uh, on innovation. For instance, internet penetration rate by that time was about 9%, and by now it's around 80%. Websites, I remember, were the first uh, signs of internet companies, and they turned themselves into mobile apps in just a few years. Startups found their ways into people's lives, and 90% of Iranians now owned a mobile phone. And all these happened along with policies from science and technology department. They soon found out that this is not an area to be handled by a ministry. It's so interdisciplinary. So they tasked the vice president for handling this as a interdisciplinary subject. And all these together helped Iran's economies grow and make it stronger. And also new regulations were put in place. For instance, he mustn't be a part of a union only and things like that. So we have that until last year. We believe that Innotech stage must be like slow news. We recite what happened to economics in last year, how it changed. And many founders of these large startups from 10 years ago, they went out of the game or their own company. We will talk about that, and we have to learn about how these failures happen and what those means in this stage. The next step was we had a considerable number of large technologies like Digicala or Snap, and they were really equipped to AI. And that is a very interesting um, process. Another thing that was challenging to me was how the innovation rate decreased. It's interesting for me because, well, it started around 12 years ago, but it seems to me like 30 years. It's because a lot happened through these years. We had a lot of events. When I say past, I mean 80s and 90s Shamsi. In the past, everything had an innovative pattern. We localized foreign innovations or we invented the processes we needed. Now I guess marketing is at large and very important. Well, we will talk about that. Now, the day after, I mean, we talked about the past. Now we are going to talk about the future. If there was only one hope for Iran's economy, it is going to be the startup ecosystems. Because the startup ecosystem can work well only if other members of this economy work along with it. If it cannot, it means that our economy is losing its societal origins. Right now, we are moving forward. The society and especially the young are ready for innovation and startups. And it's very interesting to say that even if our economy is not ready, I know that our young are ready to drag it along with them. Now, entrepreneurship is becoming a new value, a very important value. It may look that our economy is well shaped and shaped in a way that a society cannot interfere in it, but startup ecosystems are not like this. They are different. Maybe that's the last ray of hope in these days, and maybe this is what we must be hopeful for. So these days that we are together on stages of Innotex, I hope we will be able to talk together and discuss things. We tried invite new faces And you can expect more new faces on stage of Innotex today. And we did that to increase the diversity. All the videos taken here will be shared on Aparat as well by my friends on Innotex events. And you can find the previous years there too. If anyone is into research, they can put them together. Anyway, I welcome you as a host of Innotex, and I hope the 4 days ahead of us are really advantageous. Thank you, and goodbye. All right,
خیلی خوب. بسیار هم
great.
عالی. من آقای
Uh,
غیابی رو همراه خودم
I
برگردونم
brought
مثل
back Mr.
با
Qiyabi
یه
on
هدفی،
stage
اونم این که ما
uh,
قراره که از این به بعد
because
بعد از هر کدوم از
from now on
سخنرانی
we are
ها
going to ask
یه سوالی
something
رو
from
از
every
سامعینمون مطرح بکنیم و
lecturer,
بپرسیم و
and
از این به
from
بعد
now on
هم افرادی که از
those
طریق اینستاگرام
who
دنبالمون
follow
میکنن
us from
میتونن
Instagram can
سوالشون رو از
ask their
سخنرانی بعدی
questions
ازمون بپرسن
from
و
there.
ما قطعا سوالشون رو از سخنران مطرح میکنیم. اولیشو من خودم میخوام ازتون بپرسم که این قضیه رو شروع کرده باشیم با هم دیگه. ارزم به حضورتون
Well, let's
که
begin then.
یکی از مسائلی که
An
شاید
important
الان
issue
خیلی
which
رو درگیر کرده
maybe
باشه
has a lot of people
با
mentally
توجه به
occupied
توافقهایی که داره
is
اتفاق میفته و خیلی
considering the
خوب به نظر
negotiations going
کشیده
on
رو
and
هستش و
expected.
احتمال حضور
Uh,
سرمایه گذارهای
should we
خارجی
expect
توی ایران. شما دید
future
آینده‌ای برای
investors
استارتاپ
in
های
Iran?
ایرانی با حضور سرمایه گذارهای خارجی، آیا این
Uh,
آینده رو
do you
متفاوت
see that
می‌بینید و
future
اصلا
different
احتمال این
from
حضور
what we do have
یا
nowadays, or do you
پتانسیل
think Iran has the
اتفاقی سرمایه
potential
گذارهای
to
خارجی رو در کنار
host
خودمون داشته باشیم یا
uh,
خیر؟
foreign investors or not? Thank you, Arif. That was a great question. What you should know is Iran in the Middle East has the least ratio of foreign investment to GDP. What I mean to say is that because of the boycotts, Iran has the least amount of foreign investors in the whole Middle East. That's why institutes such as Research Institute of McKinsey stated that Iran has the most potential for uh, foreign investors. And by the year 2014, it stated that Iran's infrastructures are ready for around $1 trillion of investments, but only if the government provides safety with any mechanism for the investors. Uh, Provided that, we could have the potential for great investments. A bad negotiation can only be a show. If a good negotiation is well done, provided we have a good negotiation, one of the things that could happen is we could synchronize the Iran's capital market standards with the foreign capital market. Events. Thank you very
خیلی
much,
متشکر.
Mr.
آقای
Ghiabi.
غیابی عزیز
Uh,
یه دور دیگه
can you
تشریف
cheer
بیارید
him
همین
for another
خدمتتون
round?
ممنونم.
Thank you.
متشکرم.